What's crappin' in Fun Seekers? Once again, I'm here with one of my most favoritist fun seekers in the whole world. You having fun, Steve?
Having fun.
It's
Another day in paradise.
Steve Parker with another one of the cars that he's decided to let go of. Yeah, because he just got up one morning and thought, I'm ready for a change, you know?
That's right.
It's a car guy thing. We've all been there, Steve, you know?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I did that with wives, too.
Well,
Not good.
I learned that.
You learned that the hard way, too, didn't you, Steve?
Yes.
But not Mrs. GBG. She's not going nowhere.
It's like, I don't have time to break in another one.
Exactly. Come on. There we go. Come on, baby. Give us a presentation.
This is you can't go by year.
What does the title say?
The title, I'll tell you how that works real quick. When you build these, they don't come with any VIN number or anything like that. So what people do is they either buy a bug and use that for a donor car and use that title.
Correct.
Or you go to a Volkswagen show and you'll find these guys that have shoe boxes full of titles.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one is a 62 bug.
I thought you said it was a 63.
Might be, I forget what the title says.
But as a legal disclaimer, Steve, this is a 1963 or 62 Volkswagen Bug.
Exactly.
With a rebodied fiberglass dune buggy on it. Okay,
Yep.
We'll go with that.
Yep.
How about that? All right. Well, give us the grand walk around here.
But all the body and chassis is, I believe you pronounce it Barian.
Yes.
And like I say, it's a chassis car. It's not a pan car. So the top, the body, the pods, the frame, the floor pan, the steering,
Gear.
the column support,
The column support.
and
Yes.
that windshield all came from them.
Right.
So regular Volkswagen front end,
Mm-hmm.
Volkswagen transaxle, 1835 motor, got a little 110 camshaft, twin 40 millimeter IDFs,
Mm-hmm.
exact Weber copies.
Yeah.
Nice exhaust system, and it's not loud, it's not irritating at all.
Mm-hmm.
So
Looks like they got a stock wheel size in the front.
brand new
Brand new tires.
KYB shocks. It's got Pro Car Scat seats in it. I don't like the ones that have the gas tank in there for you to smell, so that has a back seat in it, complete with seat belts.
I see. Nice.
And the gas tank is actually in the original Volkswagen location and fills from over there.
Oh yeah, I see the chrome fill over there. Right over there. And this is one heck of a hard top here.
Yeah, it is. It's really nice.
And for guys that don't know about dune buggies or you're just wanting to get into them, the side panels here are called pods.
Yeah.
And they're really, not every buggy has those. They usually have that bathtub look with this lip right here that stops.
Yeah,
And then it's ugly black under there.
Yeah.
This finishes the car off real nice. Lots of headroom.
Yeah. It's not paint, gel coat red.
Gel coated fiberglass top.
Not one scratch.
I see, it's perfect. Yeah. This whole body's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's brand new.
Yeah. Got front seat belts as well.
But those seats are adjustable.
These seats are adjustable. Got a stock speedometer from a Volkswagen. Headlight switch, ignition switch on a stock Volkswagen shifter. Stock Volkswagen pedal cluster on the floor.
New.
Nice steering wheel. Pretty nice billet mirrors.
Yeah, watch the headlights. I don't know what you call those. I'm gonna do parking lights first. Look at that.
They're not on. Oh, now they're on.
Headlights are on.
Yeah, now they're on.
Okay, parking lights on.
I don't see them.
They're blue.
Oh, they're blue. I see them. I had my sunglasses on. I couldn't see them.
Yeah.
So they've got halos.
All the way around.
Those are called halos. Yeah, there they are. You can see them good now. Oh, look at that.
That's
cool.
Color. Rainbow.
It sure is, isn't it?
All those tube, lights.
Like a neon tube.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Yeah, it's definitely not a Volkswagen pan. Just the floor pan parts look like Volkswagen, the actual floor pan. All this tubular front end here is definitely not stock Volkswagen.
Oh, no. Well, you can look at chassis all the way through the car, right?
Absolutely. This is all tube, square tube frame. I've never seen one of these actually. It's pretty cool. Yeah. And for those of you that don't know, this little contraption right here is a Volkswagen tow bar. It's got those round cleat deals on it that attach to this front beam right here. That's and then you can...
The real tow bar for a Volkswagen.
Correct. What's the particulars about the engine, Steve?
That is a 1835. So bigger cylinder, bigger pistons. You have to machine the cylinder heads to get them to go on those jugs. Those are Volkswagen heads. Have been ported, polished, got new valves, new valve springs, new retainers, new keepers, all that crap.
Got Weber carburetors.
Got IDF Weber, well, they're Weber copies, but they're not the MP ones, and they're not the, what's the other ones, MPX or what?
Right.
These are the good ones.
Why do you have one red pushrod tube?
Because if you look, this is a spring. Everybody who has a Volkswagen now carries a set of these because you don't have to pull the head to put them on.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You can just pull the cover, pull the rocker arm assembly, take the push rod out, spring loaded. So when I put all this together, this one decided to leak. I took the head all off. I put all new O-rings back in it, a new tube in it, and it still leaked. And I said, okay, all done. So I got me some of these.
No more leak.
Never leaks.
Excellent. Looks clean under here. Looks as good as your truck.
Petronix ignition, that's actually an epoxy filled coil, because these things are bad about if you don't put the coil on them upside down.
Yeah.
They'll burn the coil up, the oil filled ones. This is the later model transaxle. You know, the old one had that leather boot.
Yeah.
And it didn't really have CV joints. This has CV joints and rubber boots.
Right, cool. KYB shocks all the way around.
All the way around.
New brakes.
All the way around, and master cylinder.
Yep.
And it does have an emergency brake.
Cool.
Where it's supposed to be.
Right.
Transmission was disassembled, gone through, replaced whatever had to be, put back. New starter. Yep. It's a new build. Everything except, you know, the Volkswagen stuff is all brand new. It's just that it got built about 5 years ago. But then when I picked it up and went all back through it again, it's got 1,900 total miles on it. So that was the guy who started it and got it running, but then like stopped, never finished it.
My dad, the Whitesburg Wonder Man that you'll see in some of my videos, was a tremendous Volkswagen fan when I was growing up. So I've personally owned probably a dozen Beetles of different years and body styles. My family members have all had them. My dad's had, I don't know, a couple dozen of them. And my dad's a big dune buggy fan. And this is a real clean, comparatively to a Volkswagen transformation, where you just get an old ratty Volkswagen, Steve, yank the body off, find a fiberglass kit online somewhere, and put it back together. They're never really done. I mean, they can be done well, but you never find them like that. They're kind of half finished.
This ain't it.
This is not that car. This is nearly like a professional assembly line type of Volkswagen. And the guy that did the build work on this, I think, did a pretty good job, body and chassis wise.
Until I got it, and then it got it.
Steve Parker gave it that Parker touch, that icing. He put the gingerbread on it, so to speak. I think we'll get it down off the lift, and I'll get Steve to drive it around. By the way, why does it smell like gas in here today, Steve?
Because I just put some gas in this car so that we didn't run out like we did
on the truck
when we filmed the truck.
Yeah, nothing like tacking on a 40-minute, timestamp to your little trip.
Empty, you got plenty of fuel.
I told you, E don't mean enough, Steve. Okay, you got that?
Yeah.
Steve's really particular about mechanicals, but when it comes to putting gas in a tank, he kind of sucks at that.
Well, I don't like him to sit around with a lot of gas in them.
That's true.
I'd rather just fill them up or put gas in them when you're going to use them. It still gets non-ethanol.
That's good.
But
yeah, you want me to jump up on one of them carriers and get it down a little quicker for you, Steve?
Exactly. It doesn't come down very fast. gas because it doesn't weigh enough. Will it start?
Will it start? Will it run?
2 pumps.
You look pretty good in that, Steve.
Yeah. It's plenty zippy for a Volkswagen.
Oh yeah.
1835.
Speaking of zippy, I'm gonna give you this camera and you're gonna take it for a spin. Yeah, just say yes, Steve.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever. Here we go.
I've tried everything known to man to get this blue off of here. I've tried on motorcycles. I've tried on everything. I mean,
I think the only solution is to get covers for them that are also chrome, like heat covers. But
hard
how do
to
you
do
do that
on
on
that.
here? Yeah, how do
Yeah.
you do that on this?
I actually think some of that stuff made it worse.
Probably. The chemical you tried?
Yeah.
Probably.
Home remedies, you know, baking soda and vinegar. You know, I mean, I've tried
Yeah.
all kinds of things, and
I also think a lot of people get them ceramic coated in silver now. You know?
well, ceramic coated or powder. You can get that powder coated. The guy that did the headers for that Corvette said, you know, he can powder coat them and they'll be fine. This is a fuel pump delete. It's electric fuel pump and filters up front.
Oh, it's electric fuel pump.
The tank.
Cool.
And most of these you see has this bar, a hexagon bar that goes across here for the throttle linkage.
Right. I see yours is down
I
below.
didn't like that. This is a
pivot.
A pivot.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's cool. That's good. Yeah, it
It's
doesn't have that
out
annoying
of the way,
bar.
It's clean.
Yeah.
You know.
There we go. That'll stay just like that.
Jason told me this phone was going to stay up there where we had it on the seat, and of course it did not, but I'll try and steer and shift and drive and get some pictures anyway. You hardly have to give it any gas at all when you take off. In fact, you can easily take off in second gear if you want it. These little cars just don't weigh anything. I'd be surprised if it weighed 1,000 pounds or much more than that. A lot of the dune buggies, people put, you know, loud exhaust or such as that. This is more so a header type exhaust, which was good for the motor, but it also has a muffler built right on it, so it's really not loud at all. I'm sure, or I hope you can hear that it's not loud. You might not even be able to hear the motor run, but it's not annoying. Even sitting in the back seat, it's not loud at all. That was a second gear roll off. We weren't quite stopped, but it'll take right off in second gear, but kind of fun shifting it. That lasted about a minute.
It drove pretty good, huh?
Yeah, so
Got a great footprint. I mean, it looks like a little teeny thing in the rearview mirror, but
Yeah.
man, the top makes it look really sweet, you know?
yeah.
Hear that engine cooling down. We just drove it. What do you think that is, about 3 miles?
I would say at least 3 miles, yeah.
About maybe 4 tops.
Yeah.
Just drove it around, but this is it. We're gonna do a little photo shoot here for eBay and see if I can't operate the drone any better. And there's not a whole lot to dive into on this buggy, except I can summarize it one way. You know what that is, Steve?
There's not much to them.
No, there's not a whole lot to talk about.
Not a lot to talk about.
But as far as buggies go,
yeah, I mean, if you know anything about them, or
Yeah.
if you have looked at them, that's you know what to look for. You know?
this is like a top shelf, first class, first rate dune buggy. You know,
Absolutely. Number one, not on a Volkswagen rusted out metal pan. That's the
right? You know,
you can chrome them, you can polish them, and you can paint them. But if it's sitting on a rusty pan,
yeah,
doesn't make any difference.
it's like a Birkenstock sandal is a really nice flip flop.
I
This is a
guess.
Birkenstock sandal. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got her all safe and sound at home, Steve.
All safe and sound, covered up.
Yep. Any final thoughts on your buggy?
Some people got to have the Myers Manx, but
Yeah.
it's exactly the same thing, only better, I think.
It'll be on eBay, so I'll try to put a link down in the description. And this is a really good buggy if anybody wants it. It's buggy season up north. It's too hot to use these things in Florida sometimes. Somebody in Michigan needs this thing, right? At least when you're chubby like me. So thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. Say bye, Steve.
Bye now.
Thanks for tuning in, fun seekers. Make sure you tune in again.